I have some hot takes on FP&A apprenticeships, which is I just think they're closer to hazing than really like a true like growth opportunity, right? If you're
Why
an
is that?
engine,
Say more about that. Like, I'm not familiar with like I came up through the investment banking route,
Mm,
so there's quite a bit of hazing. I think like hazing, professional hazing in that path. But tell me more about the junior FP&A role.
yeah, maybe to ask you a question on the iBanking side, like
Yeah,
how many times did someone say like, "Hey, like rearrange these logos on this pitch deck or
yeah, it's like
something?" Like,
dozens of times a day probably. It's like,
yeah,
hey, like stay up. I'm gonna send you some comments on this deck before I go to sleep tonight from
mhm.
like a managing director. So you're sitting by your desk waiting for the email to come in, and then it's like, hey, we're gonna like swap out these logos, move these things around, change these colors. That was like the type of work we had to do sometimes.
Yeah, and like how much of that feels transferable to being an MD?
Yeah, none of it. Exactly. It's like none of it. Like the MD role is like commercial, strategic, yeah, making those decision making for sure. And that execution work, yeah, like is what you were evaluated on at that level, but
Yeah.
not transferable to as if you wanted to climb the ranks, essentially.
So FP&A is very, very similar where like if you move through the FP&A ranks and you become a CFO, you get to be in the boardroom, you get to be, helping the founders and the execs make like really strategic decisions. You are one of the most important people in the entire business and your impact is so, so massive. But an entry level FP&A job historically has been pretty similar to that banking analyst role you described, right? Like a lot of times it's, hey, I need to see what the latest chart showing number of customers and amount of revenue is. Go to our budget and go to our accounting system and go to our sales CRM and download CSVs and clean up all the data labels because you don't have control over those. So maybe the customers all have different names in every system. And then do all this manual work to just like refresh this chart manually, right? And that's not a real apprenticeship, right? That's like just giving someone a bunch of, crappy data chores to manually slog through. And if you compare that to engineers, right? Like when you're a junior engineer, your first job is like pretty similar to doing what a senior engineer does. It's just scoped really tightly. Someone's giving you like more of a breakdown of exactly what to execute, but it looks quite similar to the work you're going to grow into. And I think FP&A deserves the same thing. So we're kind of circling around this a little bit where like if AI can do a lot of that execution work, what does the future apprenticeship look like? I don't have a great sense here. I'm not if I could predict the future, I'd be buying lottery tickets right now. But sales and revenue organizations have a role called RevOps, and they're very data driven. And the job of RevOps is to make sure all the systems talk to each other, to make sure the data labels are really good, make sure things are connected really well, and really enable that revenue and go to market machine to thrive. If AI is going to do work for like automate a ton of execution work in the CFO world, you're going to need your data to be really well structured. You're going to need your data labels to be matched. You're going to need all the systems to talk to each other really well. You're going to need someone who owns the prompts and owns the exact like way that your company interacts with the models and your data to drive outcomes. And so I think we're going to see the future of apprenticeships, like early roles in FP&A orgs, be something a bit closer to that.
Hmm.
What that in turn connects to in terms of what you should be studying. So I went to Rutgers for undergrad, and there were a lot of people at Rutgers who were studying both finance and things like management information systems.
Hmm.
I don't know how common that is at Ivy League schools or something, but schools like Rutgers that was pretty common. I think that's going to remain a really safe bet, right? Understanding your left joins from your right joins and stuff like that, and how APIs work and how data flows knit together. Understanding what a primary key is, like know SQL, understand databases, and run towards that. Don't run away from that, and don't look for a tool to like completely solve that for you. You should really, really understand the data super well.